What is up, everybody? What's up, Patrick, T-Wee, Ed D? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We're going to take a look at some crypto pairs. Just getting this thing situated real quick. Just bear with me for one moment. All right. Looks like we're ready to rock and roll. All right, what's up, traders? My name is Heath, and this is Trade Talk. So we're going to start off on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's making a move, trying to break out to these all-time highs up here. This is the 8-hour chart. This was your resistance level over here at 59577, 59577, spot 50. You can clearly see how this thing held as resistance for multiple sessions, even came back up into it, and then traded away. So basically, when we come up into this area, you notice how big and strong this bullish candle is. This is a breakout candle. This is a legitimate breakout candle because not only did you penetrate those high or that resistance level, you closed high above it. So basically, the resistance level is roughly around the midpoint of that candle. That is what you want to see to basically tell you that a breakout is really happening, and we do have one. Now, we have not broken out above the all-time high. Obviously, that is a target. However, going on into the day and into tomorrow, you can possibly look for 59577, spot 50 to hold as support, possibly. You know what I'm saying? This is an area that you definitely want to keep your eyes on. All right. Now, obviously, this stuff down here is your old resistance or your last resistance level before you did the breakout. But this is the highest bullish closing price on an 8-hour time frame. Now you have this one. So this one was your last and highest closing price. Now you have this one. So we're going to be watching to see if price wants to come back in and retest this area and hold as support. So we will see if that happens coming up here in the next few hours. I mean, basically this is happening right now. The 61900 spot 0 level, this is the all-time high on this specific data exchange. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. Since it says XBT, I'm assuming that this is Kraken's data feed. Let's go over here and look at Coinbase, see what their all-time high is registering at right now. What's up, BitGirl? What's up, Jay Bradley, Matt, Timothy? Glad you guys can make it. The old all-time high on Bitcoin on the Coinbase data feed is 61788, spot 45. So it's pretty close. You know what I'm saying? Pretty close. Basically, if it breaks out on one exchange, it's probably going to do it across most exchanges. Not all, but most. Let me grab a drink of water. I want to get rid of this frog. So that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin. Moving forward, this thing is absolutely looking completely strong. Now, yesterday in the chat room, we were discussing this Bitcoin. I also posted this on Twitter. All right, let's get rid of this level right here. Let's just get rid of all these levels. So basically, I can show you what I was talking about, why I was bullish on Bitcoin. So this is your last daily closing price until you got this breach right here. Let's drop a line on there so I can show you what I'm talking about. You can clearly see that since Bitcoin closed the daily candle at 59015 spot 50, it was unable to do that again until you got to this daily candle right here. This is your first daily candle that you've been able to close the daily candle above that old resistance level, and then you started to trade away from it. And I want to direct your attention right here to this area right here. You can clearly see that boom, boom, beautiful test right there. 100% effective. That is exactly where you would be looking to buy Bitcoin, because you would be bullish on Bitcoin because it just showed you the ability to break and hold above a massive area of resistance. So once you get this pullback, this is just a pullback. This is not the markets crashing. This is not the markets are selling off. This is a pullback. It's absolutely a bear trap. They see this as a failure and Bitcoin's going down lower. All right, you even did get a lower close on a daily candle, but this right here told you everything you needed to know. This is your area. You look for long positions and you enter that. You target your first area of resistance, which would no longer be this area because this area broke it and closed above it. That makes that your new resistance level at 59330. So Bitcoin could trade all the way down to there and hold a support. It absolutely can. This is a level. And then if you go back over here to your 8-hour chart and throw that one level back on there again, Yep, you're going to have a nice little range right there to look for price to hold as support. Once again, you can come all the way down to 58,300 and this move is still valid in my opinion. All right. So yeah, Bitcoin looks absolutely stunning this morning. So we're going to absolutely be wanting to watch this thing throughout the day into the next week. I don't have any price targets. All-time high is a price target. I'm in Bitcoin way lower. I just hodl this asset. I don't trade it. I got a lot of stuff I can trade, so I just, hey man, first time here, first time I seen someone check the prices on different exchanges and have it tabbed by color. IR great Jordan, who said you're good, just saying hello and thank you. You are welcome, David. Thank you for showing up, or Daweed, I'm sorry, Daweed, I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for being here, my friend. Yeah, we're going to show you some possible levels to look at moving forward on Bitcoin, Ethereum, any cryptocurrency you want me to look at. I will absolutely take a look at it for you. Let me see what this thing is warning me about. All right, so whatever. All right, so here we go. Ethereum. Moving on. So Ethereum, this is already broke out. All right, let's go over here to a daily. You had your breakout above your all-time high. This was your all-time high. You've been basically stutter stepping around the all-time high, just trading. This was a nasty daily candle though. It absolutely was, but you have since went right back up and took out all of those stops up there. This is your last resistance level at 2134 spot 68. All right, let's see if Ethereum can close today's candle above that price. It will be extremely important for Ethereum to close above this level on the daily time frame, because if you do not, if you close below 2134 spot 68, this is a rejection. All right, and bears will be absolutely diving head deep into this thing short, because they will be looking at this as an inability to close above a key resistance level. This level needs to be broken for Ethereum to purge further. Basically meaning if you do get that closed, then people are going to be looking for pullback entries on this thing, which would add further fuel to the fire, pushing it into the stratosphere above all-time highs. Well, now this all-time high that we just put in a little bit ago. If you go to an 8-hour time frame, you can see basically what's going on. Nothing sad, right? There's that daily level. See how that daily level also coincides beautifully with that bullish 8-hour candle? I love it when that happens. That gives me more clarification that that is an absolute price at which everybody is watching. Basically, we've already tested this price once as support and it has held. As long as 8-hour candles are pushing down into that level and rejecting back above and closing back above that level, in my opinion, you will be seeing higher prices on Ethereum pretty soon. All right, pretty soon. But like I said, if you do get that daily below there, then you're going to have to look to see what happens at 2081 spot 29. That's going to be your next area where you do want to see price get held at support. You don't want to see it closing that daily candle below that price point, in my opinion, which is this bearish daily candle's top. That's its opening price, 2081 spot 29. This right here is extremely bullish. All right, it's extremely bullish. I'm only looking for upside on this thing. It looks fantastic right now. It's trading the way it should be trading in order to move higher. All right, so it looks like to me that the bulls are the aggressors at this point in time. Clear throat, fire alert. Yeah, I know. I'm a smoker, so obviously you guys can tell. Yeah, I got the raspy voice. Don't smoke. Say no to smoking. But yeah, moving on. Ethereum looks good. It's extremely strong. I mean, if you're wanting to look for bullish entries, I don't recommend that you buy it all the way up here, simply because of the simple fact that this is all-time highs. You are trading above all-time highs. The entry on Ethereum was down here, or you could have bought it down here. I mean, but still, that's not really a valid area neither, because you're trading into highs. I like to buy stuff on pullbacks. Like on Bitcoin, that was a beautiful place to buy. This right here was a fabulous spot to buy. That would have been the best place to buy. You could have got your stop underneath that bearish candle right there. So unfortunately, yeah, that makes for a great risk to reward, right? You get a stop below that candle and price just immediately trades away on the very next 8-hour candle, comes back, retests that bearish candle to see if that still wants to hold a support. And not only does it hold support, you get a higher closing price above your previous bullish candle, which if you're trading the CTM entry method, you found support, higher high. That's your entry. Stop below there. Boom. That's still a great risk to reward. Now, we can't tell what's going to happen when we initiate positions. Nobody knows. There's not a trader alive that knows when he takes a trade or she takes a trade that it's going to work out. That's why you have to put a stop loss in place, because if you are wrong, you're risking a certain percentage of your total account's equity to be right. So you definitely want to risk very small percentages and take these kinds of trades. As long as you're doing that, over time, you're going to be successful. This is up here. Do you want to buy it up here? If you do, I make sure I put a tight stop loss in, let a wick purge below that line and close back above, and then maybe put your stop underneath that wick. This is not financial advice. And the only thing you can aim for is your previous all-time high. All right. Now, once price breaks out above this all-time high and starts closing big, strong, bullish candles, then Bitcoin's going for a ride to the upside. All right. If that's what happens in the next day or two, come Monday when the futures exchange opens back up, we're going to see a gap, possibly a retest or whatever, and then boom, see you later. It's possibly happening right now, right before our eyes. This is absolutely beautiful price action. You're making higher lows, higher highs. You are currently retesting a higher low, getting ready to purge out of this area. It's going to be beautiful. There is a measured move to be taken on something like this. Let me go back over here and I will just quickly give you a brief measured move. Where's my arrow? So basically you would want to just go roughly the midpoint of this pattern. I don't know what kind of pattern that is, but if you just do that and put this up here where price is currently trading, you can see it's going to take you pretty far up in the $70,000 area. That's not an exact measured move, but there is a measured move to take from this, because you have this. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to break out. It looks phenomenal. I can't wait. I'd say by Monday we're going to be trading up around $66,000, maybe even higher. Hopefully. It's going to be fantastic. What's up from Poland? How are you doing, my friend? Do you expect a retest for Bitcoin 58,300 support now? No. This was a retest of support at the $55,000 area. This was the entry. This right here was a fake out move, basically making people think that it was failing, and then boom, big strong bullish candle breakout. That is a legitimate breakout. So everybody was shorting against this level here. All right, they were looking at this last bullish candle. You got your 8-hour closure above that. I can't see why anybody would be taking that short, right? Once you got this 8-hour candle close above this bullish candle, the shorts were done. It was over. I knew it was going to break out. I mean, I didn't know, but it just looked like it was. And there it is. Big, strong breakout. This move off from these support levels down here in a smaller time frame chart is extensive. Like, it's a nice big move. You got like 15 5-minute candles that just go straight up. I mean, that's indicative of bullish pressure. That's what you want to see on a bullish asset. If you see that on a bearish asset, the exact opposite would be taking place. You would be seeing lower highs and lower lows and basically big red candles, but we're not seeing that on Bitcoin. The ranges are nice. Each candle has a defined range. The ranges are perfect. This is absolutely beautiful. And Ethereum looks good too. Ethereum is already broke out above its all-time high, right? So this was your all-time high here. You did get an 8-hour closure above that, right? So you're basically just testing your last resistance level right here at 2134 right now. You can clearly see that there is pressure. There is no selling pressure. If you go into a smaller time frame chart, it's just basically trading sideways. Yes, there are bearish candles on this hourly chart, but this is going to be looked at as a bull flag. And if they're not able to get closures below the first support level, this support level is still valid too. So they got to come all the way down here and push lower before they're in control. Right now, the bulls are in control. Right now, you have people that are absolutely buying at this level and higher right now. So It's only a matter of time. I think he's going to go higher. I love that pattern, that formation right there. Boom, boom, boom. Big 4 big hourly breakout bullish candles. Love it. Love it. This thing is awesome. We're going to see higher prices on it. I was looking on KuCoin. Let me get this mic over here. Let me get back over on KuCoin. There's a bunch of stuff that's like breaking out above Bitcoin. There's a couple assets that's trading like something changed. Oh, let me get back over here. I'm new to this platform, but there's a lot of stuff. There's one asset that's like 100 and some percent today. Let me get over here. It's not letting me do it. Oh, there we go. All right, let me get it. I can't pull it up on this computer. It's on this other thing over here. And I know my voice is... That's not what I want. We're going to look at ETH-BTC2 here in just a second, because it's showing signs of positivity as well. I just was wanting to find that one thing that's up astronomically versus Bitcoin. Well, it must have already fell, because I don't see it now, so I was getting everything situated. Toko BTC is up 62%. Let's go look at that real fast. That's the biggest one I see right now. If you guys know anything that's absolutely going crazy, let me know. Let me put this mic back where it needs to be. Yeah, beautiful. And that's against Bitcoin. So there are crypto assets out there that have more strength than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going higher. This thing's going higher. I don't like the way this thing looks obviously on a bigger time frame chart, because that's disgusting. That's disgusting. You're not even testing resistance yet. This monthly close right here would be your first level of resistance on a monthly chart. So yeah, that's got some work to do. Let's go look at the majors real fast, and then we'll pull up these crazy things. All right, so Stellar's looking good. XLM USD had a nice breakout move. This is a daily chart. I have these lines down here because we were watching this last week, and you can see you got your breakout. Boom. Big explosive move. Came down and you found support. All right, I'm not exactly sure why you found support there. Possibly from this support level here. So, yep, it's looking good. It's looking like it wants to move higher. It's looking good. Stellar is looking good. Dot, same thing, looking good. You already had your breakout. You've came back down and you have retested support. Let me get rid of some of these levels. Let's go over here to an 8 hour so we can see exactly what's going on. See this retest of this candle right here. Beautiful. Now, one could argue and say that it was actually testing this bullish candle, because absolutely that is your resistance level. I always like to find the bearish candle underneath the resistance level, because you usually will get wicks down into that. And in my opinion, it gives you a tighter entry. Whereas if you're just looking to place an entry on this level here, you would have to wait for this wick down here. But if you automatically look for that level, you can see how it like beautifully tested it. Beautifully. That would just get your stop loss a little bit smaller. That way you can have a fantastic risk to reward with this to move higher, even if its run is over. I'm not saying that it is, not even by a long shot. This thing's extremely bullish. This move down here was a bear trap, because it got you thinking that you're going to break down beneath this support level down here, and then you just went straight up, made new all-time highs. So this is all beautiful, man. Cryptos are on fire right now. I haven't been trading. I didn't get any trades off as far as like day trades or anything this week, because I had a killer week on FX. I mean, I watch FX mainly, and then Forex, or FX and then stocks, but crypto's been on fire. I'm actually looking to short Litecoin again versus Bitcoin if Bitcoin does break out, as that will give me an opportunity to get even longer on my Bitcoin position by shorting Litecoin versus Bitcoin. So Compound USD had a breakout on your 8 hour time frame, and you came right back in for a retest. I don't like that so much, but you closed below your last support level, or it should have been support right there. That's your old resistance level. Old resistance usually turns into support. You can clearly see you're breaking down beneath that. Excuse me. That bearish close is going to be support until it's not. These things can be support and resistance until you get your breakouts, and then you find new levels and you move on. But compound's not looking as good as other things. Let's go look at Balancer. Balancer broke down beneath the trend line right here. There, that was that trend line. You got a nice, beautiful bounce off of that trend line, but you were unable to make a higher high. That invites selling. So when you can't make a higher high, you start making lower highs. That invites selling. It just basically says, come get me, as I am not as strong as I thought I was. Sellers have been able to push it down below that trend line, and you are closing 8-hour candles below your support level. All right. This is your new resistance on this asset, 53.668. You got to get an 8-hour closure above that level and back above this trend line before I would look for bullish entries on Balancer. All right. As long as you're trading lower like this, it looks to me like the sellers are in full control of this asset in the near term. This thing can absolutely trade lower and find support. Get those bulls right back involved. This thing is bullish over time. You can see that it is nice bullish chart. It's making higher highs and higher lows still. I'm just looking for the intra week range. This crypto weekly outlook is basically designed to find you levels to watch for the week, so that way you can possibly enter a position looking for that weekly candles range expansion. That's the whole point of these weekly videos. Let me look at the comments real fast. What's up, Janet Swift? Simple and clear, so good. Well, the voice ain't so clear, but the analysis is. That's all you need to know. The analysis is good. Let me scroll up real fast. What's up, Ajith? Hello, Will. Big girl. Nice. Hopefully Bitcoin will make a new all-time high next week. I am looking for that TCSP. That's what I'm looking for. What's up, Woody? No, I wouldn't be leveraging it. TCSP, I would not be buying a leveraged position on Bitcoin right now. The way you can leverage your position is by finding a weaker altcoin and shorting it against Bitcoin without leverage too, with just spot. Use spot. That way you basically are looking for that Bitcoin expansion to the upside, but you're looking for it to also be short on like Litecoin, for instance. If Litecoin is weakest, find a weak asset to short against Bitcoin. I would not suggest entering leveraged longs up at all-time highs. Never would anybody ever suggest that. So I would not do that. Do you want to buy Bitcoin at this price? Yeah, with the regular position, no leverage, as just you think it's going to be trading a lot higher in 10 years. Absolutely, you can do that. I don't know if I'd be applying any leverage up at these highs, because that's what causes big, massive breakdown candles when everybody's completely over leveraged to the upside and you get one red candle, it stops everybody out. Yeah, it causes a cascading event. So no, I would not be doing that. You're on fire, says Ryan R. Thank you, sir. Yo boy, Yol Buyunka, do you expect a retest? Oh, I already said, responded to that. No, I'm not. I think Bitcoin is making its retest right now. I believe Bitcoin's going to move higher. My eToro campaign. I don't know what that is. What's up, Kimberly Wood? Pure Vita, what's up? Thank you, Surf. Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, 70K Bitcoin sounds fantastic to me too, my friend. Absolutely. At Cody, yeah, Ramsey, I will take a look at COTI for you real fast. Why not? I do want to look at some other things, but we'll go ahead and look at this real quick. Bitcoin is the main concern right now. Bitcoin and ETH, as I am a long-term holder on both of those assets. It looks like you're breaking down. You're still safe. This is your last support level down here at 0.340 right here. The reason that this is your support level is because that's the last time that COTI was able to close a bearish candle at that price. All right, that's what makes it support. The last time, you can see that you have not been able to close a bearish candle beneath that level yet, even though you have tried, but you're going right back down to try to break it again. So basically, if you look at this price leg, the shorts are attacking this level. Now they can just be looking to get the price beneath 309, this wick, and then reverse it right back to the upside, as that will pretty much take out everybody who's gotten long on this asset since March the 15th. All right, so people will have their stops resting just below this candle. So that could just be the target. Once price breaches this low, there is no high probable setup. You have to basically wait for price to either find new support or find new resistance. But with this price leg moving down, you can clearly see that you made a high, then you made a lower high. With this high, right, this thing just went up. It didn't even go all the way up to your resistance level, and then it got front ran and you can see the result of that for the very next day was a big expansion range to the downside, and you got a lower close than that bearish candle. So right now, this is a retest to the upside where shorts are re-engaging it, and they are trying to push it down there. So wait for this candle's low to be taken out, and then what you want to see is you want to see a rejection wick trade right back up above this level. If you get that, then you might be able to look for bullish entries on this asset, aiming for, say, this resistance level first. That would give you a nice risk to reward trade moving forward. That's what I'd be looking for this week on this asset. If you get a daily closure below this wick low, the buy is no longer in advance. You got to wait for it to come down here and test this area as support. All right, so your next area of support, and that's only if you get a daily closure below that wick. This will be your next testing area of support. Will bulls start buying it here? You don't know. All right, but these are your 3 levels to watch, or these are your 2 levels to watch. Like I said, if you get that closure back above on a daily closing basis, you can look to target that level right there at 43,455,707. That would be the very first testing area of resistance. Well, this would be technically, but if you can't get below there, then that means people are buying it, essentially. Let me go look at BNB real fast, and I will get to your guys' requests. I have nothing else to do today, so just bear with me. I did want to look at BNB and GRT. Let's go look at the perpetual futures. I know a couple people are looking at this thing to break out. You are currently trying to do so. Here is your resistance level at 1.89400. That's that bullish candle right there. This trend line is just a 2-touch trend line tacked from that high and this high here. You can see that it is trying to break above. Currently, the daily is beneath that price. That is okay. What you want to look for if you're looking to buy this asset is you want to get that daily closure above 1.89400 and then look for a retest of that level, or possibly this bullish candle right here at 1.83005. So you get a daily closure above, look for a pullback into this area. You got a nice couple areas of confluence there, even this trend line. Then you could possibly look for bullish entries and a higher low support to form right there, targeting your next area of resistance, which is going to be right there at 2.13560. So that could be your weekly range expansion to the upside if you get this daily breakout above this resistance level. I don't have so much weight on this trend line, obviously. I put more weight on support and resistance horizontal price points, because if you look over here on the chart, you can see that these are all price points. All right, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the price of Bitcoin, not the pattern. Looking at the price. What is price doing around specific prices? These areas offer up your support and resistance levels. That's why we watch them. Daily closure above means that the bulls were strong enough to push price above, so they're going to look for buying opportunities on retests of higher low support. All right, and then BNB USD is just on absolute freaking fire. There's nothing to do with this thing. You can clearly see we found support down here. This was a buying opportunity last week. Pointed that out. You can clearly see it came down, tested that level, and then sayonara. Boom. Big explosion to the upside. Well, this wasn't last week. This was a couple weeks ago, actually, because this is dailies. These are daily candles. But that was a fantastic trade. Whoever bought there is living it up, man. That's almost a 200% move if you got in right there. Are you going to be buying it up here? No, you're not. You're going to wait for it to come down here, as this is your last resistance level. You already tested it once with this daily candle right here. Yesterday's candle came back down, tested 403, 154 as support, and it held, and it's moving higher. This is the only resistance or support level we have. You can go into a smaller time frame area. Look at that. It coincides pretty nicely with your 8 hour. Let's see what we got on a 4 hour. You got a 4-hour doji right there, 437. Might hold as support, might not. You could throw a line on the chart and just watch it to see what happens. You got another area down here right below it. But if price gets all the way down there, I would just hang on until the daily area gets tested, because daily and weekly areas have a lot more weight. All right, they have a lot more weight. So that's what I'd be waiting on BNB. If you're unable to close the daily below 403 spot 154, you could possibly be looking for this thing to continue higher, as I don't see any reason why it would not. I mean, this thing is absolutely destroying short sellers. Shorts are getting smoked like a blunt on this move up. I mean, it's just insane. Why would anybody even be trying to short this thing? Once you started taking out your highs, man, that's indicative of bulls are in control. Stop trying to short it. Come on, use your head. You're making higher highs and higher lows, dude. It's going higher. Buy one of those lower high or higher lows. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Dogecoin is still just doing. Look at this nastiness. It's a 4-hour chart, man. You're ticking like. It's disgusting. These are ticks, tick, tick, tick. The reason that these are ticks on such a high time frame like this is because there's so many Dogecoins out there. Like this, I looked up the supply the other day. It was like insane how many they have. So that's why it looks like that. It looks similar to like the ticker symbol F. If you've ever looked at Ford Motor Company on like a intraday time frame, and you have a very low liquid day, like there's not a lot of volume in the asset, it trades like this because Ford has so many outstanding shares. So it's basically the same thing. Nobody's trading this thing. It's just bouncing back and forth sideways because of market makers. They're just providing liquidity, and they're hoping someone eventually will start trading this. Nobody really is. Nobody really is. I mean, this is nasty. But there's your levels. 2121 is the high end of your range, and the low end of your range is 95 satoshis. So, but that's versus Bitcoin. Let's go look at Doge versus the dollar. I don't see it. I'll go look at it real fast, and then I will start answering your guys' questions, because that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Oh, and Litecoin. I want to go talk about Litecoin. Yep, looks the same. I mean, this is your high end of your range. This is your low end of the range. You did take out this area, but ultimately until you get above this, it's still just a lower high. All right, now let's go look at Litecoin. Do I have Litecoin on this one? Nope. All right, so let's go look at Litecoin versus the dollar. Litecoin versus the dollar, it's looking nice. It's looking semi-bullish. You did break out of that wedge pattern right there. All right. Now, this is still not as strong as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that. Damn. You're trading above monthly resistance. That's awesome for Litecoin. So there's your monthly resistance level. Trading above that. It's 227.17. It looks good. You're basically trading in it right now. That level. So I wouldn't be looking for an entry there. See if you get an entry down here. Let's get rid of all this nonsense, because I can't even see what I'm looking at here. This is your last resistance. I wouldn't be looking at that one, because you're currently basically trading sideways in that one right now. Come down here and look at 211 spot 50. See if you get daily closes above 211 spot 50, this level right here. All right. As long as your closing dailies above it, it still looks constructive for the weekly range expanding to the upside. Let's go look at the weekly candle right now. This weekly candle closes tomorrow in 7 hours from now. You're right now trying to break out above your weekly resistance level at 227 spot 54. Yeah, it looks good. It looks very constructive. Very constructive. Thank you, Curtis, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I am a member of CTM, but have not received Jordan's Discord server invite link. Can you help me with that? Yes, sir. Curtis, there is in one of the course modules, there is a Discord link inside of the course, Jordan said the other day. So go inside your course module. I can't tell you which course module that is, because I don't have access to the course, but I think it is, and maybe hopefully there's someone in the chat right now that can help you answer that question. But go look inside the course material. There is supposed to be a Discord link in there, my friend. Supposed to be. If you still don't get anything, you can shoot me an email at crap, I can't remember my email address. I got so many accounts. tradingfacts@gmail.com, and I will forward that email to him. You can also find my email on my YouTube page, and we will absolutely help you with that, my friend. Sorry about that. But yeah, Litecoin looks good. So now that I've seen Litecoin versus the dollar and it looks extremely fantastically bullish, I'm not necessarily looking to get short against Litecoin Bitcoin right now. I mean, you had a big explosive weekly candle last week. This is that range expansion that you want to be in on if you're looking to trade this stuff, something like that. That's what we're looking for. Since we had this last week, there's a pretty good chance that you get an inside weekly candle this week. So basically just some range bound trading. Here is a weekly resistance level at 3728 Satoshis. You can watch to see if price trades down to their intra-week range, like the next few days or so. Well, this weekly range is going to be over tomorrow, but I mean, moving forward, like into the next week candle, see if you get a test of that area and make sure you're holding above on a daily closing basis. If you are, you can possibly look for bullish entries for this thing to head higher. This was a big, nice, strong bullish move. I exited my position. I was short. I exited on this weekly candle when we pushed down into these new lows. That's when I like to exit my position as the target was hit, right? I was aiming for this target. Once my target got breached, I took off the position, and now I'm just waiting for this thing to make a bullish move so we can short it again. Because ultimately, I mean, looks like a good short to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So let's let this thing find some resistance somewhere. I'll just make a random resistance level at 4,883 Satoshis, and we'll see if we get failure of a weekly to close above that. This is going to be the first one, obviously. I'm just joking around, but you get what I'm saying. If we start to get some failing weekly candles up at higher prices, I will be looking to short this thing again, unfortunately, until it starts making higher highs and higher lows on at least a daily chart. This thing is still extremely bearish against Bitcoin, and with Bitcoin breaking out, who's to say? I mean, is Litecoin going to be stronger than Bitcoin? We do know that ETH is right now being a little bit stronger than Bitcoin. Let's go look at it real fast, and then I'll answer your guys' questions. So this is it, man. We were watching this thing right down here. I got long on it, and then I got smoked with this wick down right here. Boom. That took me out of the trade, and then a few days later we had that explosive move to the upside. This was your resistance level. You can see how it's coinciding nicely with that hourly level I got over here. I had to find that hourly level today, but if I would have just used this daily, I would have been good. So this is the first level right here. I'm going to see if price wants to trade down to 3386, as that would give a nice spot to enter on an hourly time frame basis, because that's the first relevant level, last hourly resistance that I could find that I like, that gets you underneath all these wicks. So if you trade down to there, I'd be looking for price to reverse there, but it doesn't even look like it's trying to go down there, so might have to be a wait on this thing. So yeah, let's wait, see what happens, man. Let's go see what you guys got to say. Any idea on IOTA USDT? Let's go look at it. IOAT? Nope. IOTA. Okay, gotcha. TAUSD. Sorry, I'm trying to read too many things at the same time. My brain does not like doing that at all. So Binance is the top the top one. Let's go look at it, man. This thing's extremely bullish. It's extremely bullish. You got to wait for a support test and hold before you can look for bullish entries on this. This was your old level. You broke out, and then it made it look like kind of a fake out. I hate these assets trading calculated by TradingView because it's always crazy wiki like that. I've never even heard of this exchange, but it looks better, so let's do it on this one. So right off the rip, this is your last level. It was tested already, right? You came back in and you retested it. So this daily candle right there, you can look to see what happens when it starts trading around there. This is your last resistance here, like in the stair-stepping forward bullish momentum. One of these levels may hold as resistance or support moving forward. If you do find support at one of these levels, you can look for bullish entries. But you're buying at highs, just keep that in mind. When you guys are buying these assets that are already trading above all-time highs, there is risk involved with that. You have a huge chance of this thing running out of steam, so to speak, and just turning around. Exhaustion risk is what we call it. So that's why I don't like buying it. But there you go. I mean, look for a retest of 1.66. See what happens there. That would be where I would want to see it have that retest. And I think you were the one that super chatted. Yes. All right. So I hope that helps, Curtis. Just looking at stuff. And I'm Heath, by the way, not Jordan. Unless you're thinking somebody named Jordan in the chat. No, I haven't seen him. But this thing moves pretty fast, so let me scroll up. No, I don't see him. I think he's thinking I'm Jordan. It's all good. No, he doesn't. He said Heath. So Jordan might have popped in. I don't know. I don't see him, though. Oh, I knew you were going to ask for that, Kimberly. That's why I have it on the list. Not that list, though. This list. Where are we at? All right, here we go. It's consolidating sideways since it had that breakout. I know you accidentally exited your position. You were only trying to take off some of it and got exited out of it, but it was like a 50% victory, so you can't complain about that. It looks like it's holding support. I mean, it does. It's trading sideways, but this is your last area of support. All right, 1207, because that's your lowest closing price on a bearish candle. I believe this is an 8-hour level over here. Let's go look. It is right there. So look for this thing to hold as support at one of these two areas. Now this is versus Bitcoin, obviously. If you get an 8-hour closure below 1137 Satoshis, then it's probably heading lower. As long as you're unable to close below like this, though, it might be a good spot to look for some entries. Maybe go in light at first. Go in light, unleveraged, see what happens. Just use your head. I mean, you can always add to a winning position, guys. You don't have to, it does bring up your cost basis, but what I find in my experience is new traders like to add to losing positions when they need to be adding to winning positions and shedding losing positions. You got to get rid of those losers. And then let's go look at it versus the dollar. It's looking a lot better than the dollar because you're actually trading up. So you tested your last bearish closing price, which is right here. You tested it, and you're moving higher. That's what you want to see. So on the asset versus Syntropy versus Tether, look at 71964 right here. 719264, apologies. See what happens when you come back into this level. If it does, you do not want to see it close below that bearish candle right there, as that is your line in the sand. If you do, I would be looking for a test of 623326 right here. But right now it looks like it's trying to move higher. It looks like you did get a higher close. This could just be consolidation. So you could be looking for a higher push. Right here's your last bearish close since you broke out. So if you want to watch that price point first, I wouldn't, because you're closing dojis 3 sessions. You've been closing basically unchanged on the session. So I mean, it looks to me like this is consolidation. It wants to test lower before it wants to move higher again. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Those are your price levels to look. There is the Discord link. Where is the Discord link? I think only Jordan has access to the Discord link. Thank you, Saint Sacrum, for the $5 super chat. What do I think about Polygon? Let's go look at it. You didn't say whether you wanted it versus Tether or Bitcoin, so we'll look at both. This is Poloniex. We looked at this last week, or not last week, but we looked at this a while back when it broke out. Looks like it had that massive move up. This was probably like an hourly level, and you can see that it did not hold, but it did hold this level. Boom, beautiful. So got sideways consolidation, slightly up, but you're not making any higher highs, right? This was your last bullish candle. That was your last closing price, 38.4. We'll just call it 384. And you can see every attempt to close an 8-hour candle above that price. You were unable to do so. This right here, in my opinion, was an opportunity to sell. The reason this was an opportunity to sell is because you did get a lower close right there on that, right? So if you brought this over here on your range bound last bearish closing price, you can see this 8-hour close below, boom. So this push back up into resistance was an opportunity for sellers to get re-engaged. If you're unable to close this right now, this move that you're on right now, if you cannot close the next 3 sessions beneath this level, this might be a bear trap, and you could possibly look for bullish entries targeting that resistance level. It's not a huge move, but it has a nice risk to reward, as these 8-hour range, these candles don't have massive ranges. So maybe you get small wick through, possibly put your stop loss underneath that wick and be targeting this high. That would be like a 4-to-1 risk to reward. Obviously, I'm reading future tea leaves because I have no clue what's going to happen when price gets down there, but I'm just basically trying to give you examples. So hopefully that helps. You are already in that trade, IOTA. It looks fine. I mean, let me go back and look at it real quick. IOTA. And you didn't say if it was Tether or not. Oh, USD, I think you said. So it's, yeah, I mean, you're doing good. I don't know where your entry is, but yeah, man, when you're in a winning trade, there's nothing to do. That's the beauty of being inside of a winning trade. You don't have to do anything. The losers have to rearrange their positions. The winners don't. The winners can just ride it out. Would I be taking profits? I always take profits ahead of old highs, right? That's just me. You don't have to, but that's how I trade. And then I leave the rest on to see what happens. And sometimes you catch a trend, and that thing will end up paying you more than the initial position. So good for you. It looks fantastic. Congrats. Armin says CHZ, and let's go look at CHZ first. Let's go look at, see if by the dollar. I'm not doing that one. Let's go look at Finex. Big, massive move. Then you're consolidating sideways. And in this consolidation, you are making lower highs and lower lows. So you need to find support. Did it find support here? You will only find out in this week to come. So basically, I don't like anything here. It's your last bullish candle since the breakout. All right. You're about to test it again. You don't want to see an 8-hour closure below this price, this level at 4481 right here, 4481. As long as you're closing 8-hour candles above it, you may be heading higher. The thing is you did not close above this bullish candle. So this is your resistance level. If you're looking for entries, I would be looking for that as my target. But if you get this closure below this price, you're going back down here to test your support level at 40189. All right, so watch that level. It's kind of like your line in the sand for this weekly range. See what happens. If it holds here, you might be looking at a nice move to the upside, because this thing did show some massive strength not too long ago. So just keep an eye on that. And then let's go look at UNFI. Let's go look at it versus Tether. I don't see versus USD. This thing looks very similar to that one. So there's your support level, obviously. I mean, but this is exactly choppy sideways action. I mean, this is your near-term support level to look for. There's no bearish candles in here for you to get a support level, except for this one, and you can clearly see that you've already broken down. So you're coming down, back down here to test this level at 25.594. See if it holds. All right. If it doesn't, then you're probably possibly coming back down here. This one's a little bit lower, and you held that as support. I mean, so it doesn't look flat out disgusting. I'm not bearish on it. It's just sideways. So this is where you want to be looking for entries, as long as you're not closing below these two prices. The lower one specifically. I mean, that's your line in the sand. If you're closing 8-hour candles above that, this might be a good opportunity to look for bullish entries. First target is going to be this bullish candle's close at 28.09, and then second target would be 28.84. Sol USD says Ace. Let's go check a look at it. SOL USD. Looks fantastically bullish. Extremely bullish. Oh my gosh, dude. That's the lifetime of this asset. It's done nothing but go up. Yeah, it's bullish. I don't know what Solana is, so I can't give you any technical aspects of it. Brandon at Crypto Trades and Tech can do so if you're not familiar with his channel. You can find him in my thing. I guess I could drop his link real fast if you could just bear with me for a moment. Let me do it over here. Here we go. That was harmless. So here's Brandon's channel. Go check him out if you are not already subscribed, as he knows a lot of these assets. I don't know if he knows this one or not, but it's extremely bullish, Ace. Let's go see what you can do. Right here is an area that I would be looking for as a support level possible. 23.800 down here. All right, it's a nice almost even number. 23.8 is an even number, but see what happens if price comes back down. Now these are daily candles, so it might not happen anytime soon, but as long as you're not closing daily candles beneath that price point, I would be looking for continuation to the upside, as every time this thing has broken out in the past above resistance, it has not even hardly went down before just moving on higher. I don't like to buy assets like that because, I mean, basically you get one red day, and then this day you traded beneath of it, so that was just basically a stop run, and then you went higher. You came back down and you retested it perfectly as support, and then you went higher. Come on. Not the low, the body of the candle. See that? Boom. See ya. That was your entry, in my opinion. Had I been watching this daily, this day right here when it started to trade down, I would have been licking my chops. I'd have been licking my chops on that. That's what I look for. And I can show you basically on this Bitcoin. This is a demo account still. Down here you can see it says paper trading. But I can throw this thing on and show you where I bought that. Right here is that position. So once we got this daily close above resistance, this next daily we came down and retested that support. I got long. Boom. Stop beneath that wick. See you later, alligator. It's a beautiful trade. That's what you look for. If you're a buyer of these assets, you want to buy on retests. That way you get big, strong moves like this. When we started making higher highs, I entered it with 13 Bitcoin, so I took 10 Bitcoins off because that's roughly 1% of the position of the total account's equity. And yep, ahead of that resistance, and it rolled over. That should have been a re-entry, but like I said, I was so busy this week on FX, man. I had a great week on FX. Great week, so I didn't have to trade anything else. And I'm going to do the FX Weekly Outlook tomorrow. We're going to be talking about USD, JPY, and a few other things versus JPY, as it's a pretty attractive asset for the carry trade, for the swap. So we will be looking at that. Let me catch on some of these comments. One more for you, Heath, if you have time to look. KSMBTC, how long has it been going on? Yeah, I got time. I mean, almost an hour. Yeah, we got time. Let me look at it. KSM. So you're testing support, right? This isn't a breakdown yet. When you're looking at support levels on daily or resistance levels on a daily, you absolutely need to wait on that daily close, right? So that's your support. You're currently trading beneath of it, but you have like I said, you have not broken beneath it. You have not closed beneath it. Once you get that closure, then any push higher in price, people are going to be looking at as a selling opportunity. But that's only if this thing closes below. This could absolutely trade right back up above that level and head higher. It's extremely bullish. So you've had let's go look at the weekly. Yeah, so yeah, man, this is just a minor pullback. 2 red weekly candles. This isn't even closed red yet. You got a day and 7 hours before that closes, so you're still phenomenally in good shape. I mean, technically, you could trade all the way down to this level and hold that support and look for that second price leg to the upside, but that would be more like a position trade, and I would not do that unless it failed to close a weekly below 47.35. If you're looking for entries up here, you're buying highs, but this is the first level that I see. Let me go to an 8-hour time frame, see if I can find something in this. And yeah, there's plenty of stuff to look for. Plenty of stuff to look for. So you tested this one, and this one was not tested. So I would watch that area. That's pretty close. That's pretty close, but you are beneath it at 6702. So if it starts making lower closes down to this level, look and see if this area holds a support. That would be a beautiful spot for an entry, as this sideways choppy action is just ripping people left and right. So let it come down here, find a good solid support area, then you want to look to get long, as all these people have been stopped out, right? And then price will probably continue higher from that point, because it's extremely bullish. It is not bearish, not even in the least. Saint Sacrum 2, did you read my super chat? What do you think about the Polygon coin? Yeah, I read it. I even looked at it for you. I don't remember what it looks like. Let me go look at it again for you though. Polygon coin. I don't know anything about it as far as, you know what I mean? There's your levels though, right here. This is your resistance level, right? Right now you did put this low in, all right? So this could be making a higher low support. The price leg is to the downside, and you retested resistance and you're pulling away. So in my opinion, I believe that this thing may trade lower than this level. This level is 352. We'll just call it that. And then this is going to be your next area of support right beneath it. If you close an 8-hour candle beneath this bearish 8-hour candle's closing price, you're probably coming down to test this level here. As long as you're closing above this level on an 8-hour time frame, like, you know, you could possibly look for bullish entries, but I would only be targeting that level right there, because you can see that this level has held as support or resistance. It has not stopped holding as resistance. This barely thing, it opened above and immediately closed below. You get that on these lower liquidity assets, gaps in price. No candle should be above that price point, and any one that is, you can clearly see that it closed bearish right back below. So this is your resistance level. So if you do enter down here, I would be only targeting this level as like first scale out position, looking to take some profits, move your stop to break even, and then see what happens. I hope that helps, man. What's up, Pura Vida? Welcome to the family. At the prop firm level, you get access to a live stream. I do those Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I throw that out, so you'll get the notification for it if you want to be a part of it. And I leave them for all the members at the prop firm level and higher. I leave it there so you can watch it later. You don't have to tune to the live if you don't want to. Bitcoin, David Miller, she's just talking to somebody else. What's up, Heath? Great work as usual. Thank you, B Rent. Thanks, Heath Ren. Hey, Heath Ren and Loop Ring, please. Yeah, let's go look at Ren first. RENUSD. So you're trying right now. This is old levels. Let's get rid of them. That's disgusting. You've been traded all up and down through it, so I don't like them. Here's your last resistance level. You're currently testing at a 1.10 right now, which is nice. You did make a lower close than this support level with this bearish candle. So you need to get that closure above. If you get that closure above, then it looks more bullish than bearish, in my opinion. If it fails here and rolls back down, you do not want to see a closure below this level. Actually, I would go on and say this level now. right, at 1.03, because this is your last the lowest bearish close since you traded away from this close. All right, so this will be your first area of support. This could be a rejection here. Look for this to hold. That would be absolutely healthy price action, in my opinion. It comes back down here and tests 1.03, finds support there, and then makes another run trying to break above this resistance. It looks better than it, it's longer term. It is sideways and choppy AF, so keep that in mind as well. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's not making lower highs and lower lows. It's actually found a low, and you have not been back down to revisit that low. So that is bullish, and you're testing almost the highest resistance point. It looks constructive. And then what was the other one? Loop ring. I'm not sure what it is. There it is. Do you want Tether, Bitcoin, bust, BUSD? Let's go look at Tether. Tether is the next best thing. $2 pairings. It's choppy too. So the best thing you can do if you're looking to trade it, if you're looking to buy it, you can basically buy it at lows if you're looking to hold it for a long period of time. If you're looking for trading entries, then you have to watch. This is your support down here, right? This is your resistance up here. You can see that you are in the middle of this range. This is a lower close than this one. So right now, in my opinion, the bears have the ball in their court. Will they be able to use that as, it looks like they are. This is your resistance level since you traded away from this one. This is your new one, and it's unable to break above and close above it, right? So it looks to me like you're possibly coming back down here to test this 0.51755 level. You got to close beneath this bearish candle first, right? So once you get this close beneath this bearish candle, if you get this close, look for this price to be tested. If you do not close below this bearish candle and you do get above this level here, then you can target this level up here. That's what I'd be looking for. That's basically all you can do. It's in the middle of this range. To be honest with you, I would not be trading this at all because of that. So, but those are the levels that I would be watching. Afternoon Heath, I am late, so I have to go to the beginning. That's fine, Darren Marshall. It's going to be posted on YouTube as always, so you can watch it. And the replay should be clear. Fib extensions. Atif says, can you please show us how to draw fib extensions? Yeah, sure. Fib extensions are over here in this Fibonacci pitchfork area, and you want extensions. All right, so let's go over here to Bitcoin, and I will show you how to draw them. Let's get rid of the levels real fast. All right, so basically, when you're looking for fib extensions, man, you want to draw them on major legs of price. All right, so like this is a major leg of price. You find an old breakout area. This is your resistance level here. So this is your breakout, right? So I would use that low before the breakout, right? Here's the fib extension. So basically you tack it to the low, and then you go up here to the high, and you tack it to the high. Then you come down and you find your next low, which is right there. And then you just extend it outward in future, and then that gives you your possible areas to be tested. Since this is basically choppy and range bound right now, but it looks like it's trying to break out, could you use this low to this high and down there? Yeah, you can. Everything works in trading, just not all the time, guys. You know what I'm saying? So you could do something like that, and then that gives you targets, right? Moving on into the future, you can see that just using this low down here to this high, back to this low, it's right now testing the 618 of that move, which is normal for a pullback to happen during that. But you don't look for these areas. I don't look for these areas to hold as support. You know what I mean? These are just targets. These give you projected targets into the future. That's what the fib extension is used for. Fib retracement is used to show you the decline like the 618 of the advance or of the weekly decline or daily, however you want to use it. That's what the fib retracement tool is used for. But that's basically it. You find a low of price, you tack it to a high of price, and then basically you want this to be shaped in the direction that you're, like, pretend it's an arrow aiming in the direction that you're looking for. So if you're looking for a bearish fib extension or fib extension tool, you would use like, how would I do this? Maybe this low? No. This has got me perplexed. What the hell? So you do the same thing, right? You do it like that. So let's go get it. Use this high here. This is just, like I said, to the low, to wherever it pulled back to. Let's use that area there. Boom. And that would give you bearish. But in my opinion, to find bearish levels, you just use untested levels of price. You don't need fib extensions to the downside. I guess you could just use them to the upside. If you want to use them that way, that's how you can use them. Use this price leg here to this low. That would give you near-term price targets if you want. I mean, I don't use it. I used to use it when I first started learning how to trade, but I could never make it profitable. So I trade the way that I trade now because I find success. And that's basically all it boils down to. Isn't Sol a DeFi coin? Let me see. I'm not seeing it in the list of DeFi on KuCoin, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question. I don't see it in... I don't know. Sorry. That would be a Brandon question. I'm the price guy. I'm the technical analysis. Brandon is the technical guy as far as the aspect of the projects. I know it's ugly. All right, CFIWETH. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. WETH. Wrapped Ether, CyberFi token versus Wrapped Ether. It's not that ugly, man. It's bullish. Yeah, it's not that ugly at all. It's very illiquid. But yeah, you're trading CyberFi versus Wrapped Ether, so it looks like it's doing okay. This is your support. This is your last support level. You can see that it has been tested on multiple occasions, but unable to close below it, right? So that is your level. This right here, it's just a lower high. I mean, it looks good because you did get that higher close above this stuff, but you need to get above this stuff, and then you need to make another higher low before you can actually call that the start of an upward trend. Right now, the near-term trend is obviously to the downside, but you haven't breached beneath any major support levels, so it's still bullish. It's basically could be looked at as accumulation until you get a breakdown below this price. If you get that breakdown, then there's a good chance you're coming all the way back down here, and we'll call that level 01592. So watch this level here first at 0.0222. All right, check that level. Just kind of, if you're looking to buy it, that may be a good spot to look for entries. I don't know, but maybe. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. So if you want me to look at anything else, go ahead and get it in the chat. Will says, Heath, can I ask a dumb question? What is the advantage of trading your own book versus prop firms? You mentioned that last week, so I'm curious. The simple answer is prop firms take half of the money, bro. Like, when you're trading your own book, every dime you make except for what you have to give to the government and taxes is yours. If you're trading for a prop firm, you're using their capital, so they take a cut. So if they give you $100,000 to trade with because you've proven to them that you can be a profitable trader over a couple years worth of price or data that shows and confirms that you are indeed a profitable trader month over month for 2 years, they're going to give you some money. When you take trades using their money, they're going to give you 50% of what you make, and that's only if it's a good prop firm. Some prop firms give you less. They only give you 25%. So yeah, you can make good money doing that. I mean, if you're trading with a $100,000 account, you can make decent money every day if you're a profitable trader. You know what I'm saying? You could be hitting like $2,000-$3,000 days. So, you know, 25% of that ain't bad, I guess, but yeah, so the advantage of trading your own money is you receive all of the profits, and that's it. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? It's a preference. If, like I said, a prop firm is a way for a person that doesn't have a lot of money. Like, I know most Americans don't even have $1,000 in their savings account, so most Americans aren't going to be able to trade a $100,000 account to make $1,000, $2,000 a day with a profitable strategy. So in their circumstances, that's when I would recommend that you maybe possibly look for the best prop firm, one that pays out a higher percentage, obviously a higher yield, so that way you can then save up money and then tell that prop firm to go kick rocks once you got your own $100,000 that you can deposit into a trading account, and then you can trade your own book. So I mean, it's a stepping stone, basically. A prop firm could be a stepping stone. And some professional traders just don't like trading their own money. Like I know a few that just hate trading their own money, so they would much rather trade the company's money, so to speak. So they stay put for their entire careers. That is a personal preference. That's something that you would have to figure out for yourself, my man. I hope that helps. And Coronado, whatchamacallit, is Forex Trading Community 5gmail.com. I don't know what that's about, but let's go ahead and drop you in timeout. How about this? I'll just remove that comment. I have a trade on hot USDT. Any advice? All right, well, there's no financial advice coming from this channel. Absolutely not. But I will give you my opinion. USDT, see what's going on. Binance, Huobi, Binance. We'll use the perpetual futures. And you have a trade on this. Are you green or are you red? That'd be my first question. If you're red, I'd probably be bouncing because you took out this support level on an 8-hour closing basis. You came back up and you have found resistance and you are trading lower. Until this thing starts to turn around making higher highs to the upside and higher lows, this is looking more bearish in the near term than bullish. This is the entire life cycle of the asset, so we don't have a whole lot of data to go on. You have retraced like in this instance, you could use your retracements and you could see that you have retraced 786 of the initial leg up. So this is your advance. You have retraced all the way down here. So this is latch ditch buyers getting in here, looking for this thing to hold that support right here. And it may, you know what I'm saying? It may. I'm not no expert and I definitely can't tell the future, but it is a good level to look. There's also a resistance level right here, right? Once broken out above, it never got retested. So this could just be a stop run. If you get an 8-hour close, you're taking out this candle's high, then it may start to head higher. You do have a resistance level right up above you at 0.023754, this level right here. You do not want to see an 8-hour closure below 18,175. If you do, it is going lower. So yeah, if you're red on the trade, then you have to ask yourself, is it going higher? So, all right, guys. Yep. Norman Liv says, smash the like, guys. I appreciate it. If you don't mind doing that, it'd be awesome. I'm going to VeChain. I'll look at VeChain for Ed. Did I have it over there or not? VeChain versus Tether. Extremely, extremely bullish, man. Extremely bullish. This is your near-term level to watch for intraday trades. It's 0.12 right here. All right, and then look to see if you get a closure below that. Watch to see what happens around 11. Any one of these two areas may offer up support tests and holds. As long as you get that support test and hold, you can target the next resistance level for a first target. I love hearing your commentary of all these charts. Thank you very much, Kimberly Wood. Is Bitcoin still bullish? Says C. Andres. Bitcoin is about to break out, my friend, as absolutely bullish. Absolutely. You're just now coming in to retest your old resistance level, which is right there. You have gotten a beautiful, perfect kiss off that level right now. So as long as you're closing 8-hour candles above that, you're heading higher. It's absolutely bullish. Why doing TA on 8-hour charts? Because 8-hour charts are session candles. Each 8-hour candle is an entire session. For any market that trades 24 hours a day, you have 3 sessions. You have your Asian session, your London session, and your New York session. Each one of these candles basically is one of those sessions, and there's 3 8-hour candles in a 24-hour period. So basically 3 8-hour candles makes up your daily range. It's just a habit that I got into. You don't have to do it. You can do whatever you would like. Bitcoin is under pressure. No, Bitcoin is not under pressure, my friend. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Like, you are just now testing this level, right? It could wick all the way down to here. The close is what's going to matter. If this thing closes back above 59,577, it's going higher. All right? All right, guys. With that, oh, what happened to it? Let me see here. Where did you go? Let me do something real quick. Just give me one moment as I line this up. Trying to work it out here. Come on, man. It won't let me do it. All right, there we go. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and call it. But before I do, I absolutely must say thank you. Thank you so much to all my Patreons and channel members. You guys freaking rock. I love you guys so much. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you. I mean, thank you so much. Doing this stuff takes me out of my comfort level, for sure. And you're the reason why I do it. I mean, you guys are the reason. So thank you so much for that, man. You guys are freaking awesome. And for all of those people that you just seen the names of on the thing, tomorrow morning I will see you then at 11 a.m. For the rest of you, I'll see you in the chat. And if not, you got any questions, drop them down in the comment section of the replay and I will answer them for you. Thank you so much for your respect, and thank you for following the channel. And we'll talk to you tomorrow at 5 for the Forex Weekly Outlook. Thank you all for being here. We will see you then. Have a great day. Trade safe, trade smart. Happy trading, everybody.